Would you like some good quality anime merch? Well, you can get that from our sponsor today, Beautiful Halo, link in the description. And on your next $49 plus order, get 5% off with the code MEME, and $99 plus order with code MEME for 10% off. Welcome back, guys. This is the King of Weebs here, and this is what if Naruto was raised by Ashura's chakra / spirit, whatever you guys want to call it. And of course, this is part 2. And last time we left off with Naruto and Gaara, settling it. And of course, they became friends. And now Naruto, who of course woke up in the hospital, realizes that the Hokage is now dead. Yes, of course the Hokage is dead here. And yeah, of course now they need a new Hokage, and they asked Jiraiya. Here Jiraiya was hesitant as always, and he declines, saying that no, I will not be the Hokage, especially because I am not worthy enough, and I don't want to be the Hokage. And of course they're like, but there is no one else that is good enough to become Hokage. And basically is that there is one person only who I believe is worthy to become Hokage. And basically he's talking about, Satsuki. He's talking about Tsunade. And yeah, so now that of course the Leaf Elders made the Jiraiya promise either he brings her back or he becomes Hokage. And basically Jiraiya's that, alright, I'll do that, easy. Anywho, now of course Naruto, who's at home, gets a call from, not a call, literally outside his door. There's a knock. Naruto opens the door and sees Jiraiya. Of course, Jiraiya then tells him that they're going to have to leave on a journey. And basically is that, wait, what do you mean? And basically he tells him that they're going to go and find Tsunade. And Naruto's like, Tsunade, who is she? And basically he tells Naruto that Tsunade is one of the legendary Sannin, and she will be the next Hokage. And Naruto's like, next Hokage? What? We don't even know her. What the hell? And basically Jiraiya's like, well, I have been asked to become Hokage, but I declined. And Naruto's like, why would you decline? And of course Jiraiya explained, and Naruto's like, fair enough, is what is. Anywho, here still Itachi and Kisame enter the village, and they get attacked. But of course the only pretty much injured one is Kakashi, since he got put under coma. Genjutsu, the Tsukuyomi, and anywho, a guy came to save the day. Of course, during this time, Naruto was actually about to leave, and they actually hear about Kakashi, and that is, yeah. After hearing this, they realize that Tsunade is needed, since no one can actually wake up Kakashi, and so they leave. Of course, here Naruto Jiraiya actually brings up the concept of the Rasengan, and basically Naruto's like, well, you see, and Jiraiya's like, and Naruto then actually brings out the Rasengan, and Jiraiya is like, wait, what? And basically, of course, Naruto tells him that, things happened here and there, and one thing led to another, and I learned the Rasengan. And of course Jiraiya's like, but how? It's an A-rank technique that only me and the fourth Hokage know. And basically Naruto's like, well, I guess you could say I learned it as well. And then he's like, but how? From who? And of course Naruto is just like, I created it, basically. And yeah, anywho, now after this, Naruto, who actually gets told that the Rasengan is not a fully finished jutsu, and they need to add the chakra nature to it. Naruto's really stoked about this, and he's like, yes, I can learn something else. And of course, before they actually begin the training, Naruto, of course, they actually take a little break, and Naruto actually goes into his mind while Jiraiya starts writing. Of course, here is that one motivational speech that Jiraiya gives, that of course, about his dreams and everything, and that if he can't fulfill them, Naruto will, and Naruto's like, believe it. And basically he asks Ashura that is it true that they can have the chakra nature to it, and Ashura's like, yes. And basically Naruto then asks them, why didn't you tell me? And Ashura's like, I didn't see a reason to, since the Rasengan is pretty strong already. Anywho, of course, they keep going, and Naruto here actually, within a week, is actually able to create the, well, master is, since he already has chakra natures mastered, now he only has one more thing to do, chakra transformation, and he's actually able to master a bit of it, and he creates a smaller Rasen Shuriken, not like a mini one. Literally, the blades on the Rasen Shuriken are just smaller, and now Naruto, of course, who is training, of course, gets a knock on the door, since Jiraiya went to do his little research trip to the hot springs. Anywho, Naruto is now about to answer the door, and basically he felt like there is something weird about this, and he's like, wait, should I? And as soon as he says this, basically the door gets knocked down. Knocked down, yes, literally the door gets broken, and literally of course Naruto's like, wait, what? And of course then he actually sees Kisame behind the door, and he's like, who are you? And basically Kisame is like, Naruto Uzumaki, you should be coming with me and Itachi. And basically Naruto's like, who are you guys? And basically Kisame says that they're the Akatsuki, and basically Naruto's like, the Akatsuki, the ones who attacked Kakashi Sensei. And basically like, they're like, oh, you mean that one? Yeah, basically, yes. And basically Naruto then like, actually backs up, and basically Kisame is like, what are you so scared about, little boy? And basically Naruto then actually creates a clone, and the clone actually attacks, and basically out of nowhere Kisame actually brings out his sword, and Naruto was like, damn, that is one big ass sword, and realizes that it's probably something similar to, you know, Zabuza's, and so he doesn't get close to it, and he actually creates a wind gust to actually push back both Kisame and Itachi. But of course that doesn't work, because their chakra control on their feet is actually way too strong for them to get pushed away like that. And anywho, now Naruto, who of course is ready to fight, actually is about to go into his demon like form, but out of nowhere you know, Sasuke appears, and basically he screams out Itachi's name, and basically Sasuke tries to Chidori you know, Itachi, and Itachi sees that Sasuke is a bit stronger, like way stronger than the original Sasuke, that's for sure, but he doesn't seem to be a threat to him yet, and so he just says, Sasuke, you're still weak, your hate is not strong enough, you need to get stronger, Sasuke. And then says that even your friend here, Naruto Uzumaki, is much stronger than you. And basically then of course Itachi puts Sasuke under a Genjutsu, you know, the Tsukiyomi. And yeah, of course Sasuke who actually is under the coma that Kakashi is in. Naruto sees this, and now he goes all out and goes into his major, you know, demon-like form, and says, "You're finished." It's not actually a demon-like form. I say that because people think it's like a demon-like form, but it's truly just Naruto's chakra. It's basically like a cloak, just that Naruto, one of Naruto's sides goes green, and the other one goes green like the Tenseigan. You know, I know it's kind of bluish, but allow it, guys, please. Anyway, and the other side red. Of course, Naruto can do this with different chakra natures by his ways. I'll use green because blue is gonna be for the lightning one, but it is what it is. Now, Naruto, of course, is about to blitz Itachi, but Kisame, who actually came out of nowhere, blocked Naruto's kick, and of course started absorbing the chakra that Naruto was using around him. And Naruto realized that Kisame absorbs chakra, and he's like, why is my chakra depleting? And basically, sorry, and basically Kisame is like, you're finished, kid, you come with us or I'll kill you. And as soon as he says this, Naruto's like, yep, I'm not about that life, bro. And of course now he actually roundhouse kicks Kisame to the face, and Kisame went flying this time, and he's like, how do you have so much chakra, kid? And basically Naruto then goes towards Itachi blitzes him with body flicker, and starts using his Rasengan. And of course he's not holding much back, and so he adds wind release to it, and the Rasengan actually turns into a bigger Rasen Shuriken. And that is only because a full-size Rasen Shuriken, I should say. But the only reason he's actually using the actual Rasen Shuriken is, or he's able to use it, is because of his chakra, cloak thing. And of course Naruto is about to throw it at Itachi. Oh my god, I was so scared. I was playing thing. What's it called? Among Us at the same time as recording, and I got so scared when he killed me. What the hell, man? I trusted you. Hey, I trusted you, man. Anywho, sorry guys. My tantrum. I'm so sad. I wanted to win this one. Anywho, now, of course, Naruto was about to throw it onto Itachi, but Itachi actually turns into crows as soon as he actually makes contact with him, and actually then goes towards Kisame and says, we need to escape. And Kisame is like, why? And as soon as he says this, he sees that Jiraiya actually is coming towards them at full speeds, and even Might Guy was jumping through from rooftop to another to actually come and get Sasuke. But of course they didn't know about this, and so they actually decided to retreat because they don't want to freaking die, and they believe that they're too strong, and it is what it is now. Of course that they retreat. Basically Jiraiya asks Naruto what happened, why were they after you, and basically he's like, I don't know, they just said that I have to go with them. And basically then Jiraiya asks what kind of power this is, and Naruto says it's a technique I've developed on my own. Well, not on my own, well, kinda on my own. He says that he developed this on his own, in his own time. That's what I meant, in his own time. And he over time he was able to get better with it, and this is the result of it. Anywho, now after this, Naruto actually actually kept going with Jiraiya to find where Satsuki, Tsunade, and of course they find her on the same a few days later in a pub. And they actually went there because they needed some food, and of course they met Tsunade. And Tsunade still badmouths all the Hokage, and this pisses off Naruto to an extent that he literally breaks the table with one little punch and says, you old hag, the village wants you to become the Hokage and you badmouth the rest. You know how much the Hokages had to go through to protect this the village you were raised in. So do you not understand that? And basically as soon as he says this, Naruto's laying out a ton of bloodlust, the same exact bloodlust that he showed against Kakashi. And Tsunade was like, kid, you know who you remind me of? Orochimaru. You little brat, I will kill you here if you don't shut up. And basically Naruto is like, bring it on, old hag. And basically Tsunade's getting pissed, more even further pissed, and she's like, who are you calling old hag, little boy? And as soon as she says this, Naruto's like, do you really want to fight? And basically of course they actually go and fight, and Tsunade, still being cocky and drunk, says that she'll be able to beat him with only one arm, not one finger this time, because Naruto showed to have a freaking immense amount of, well, a strong ass bloodlust here. And so basically Tsunade says one arm because she's still cocky, remember, She still thinks she can annihilate Naruto, but she doesn't understand how strong how truly strong Naruto is. Anywho, now after this, Naruto actually begins the fight by actually blitzing Tsunade, and Tsunade is like, "What? How are you so fast?" And basically, Naruto just kicked her in the stomach, and Tsunade actually went. She actually got pushed backwards, and of course Naruto's there. Is that all you can do? And Tsunade says, "Oh really? Do you really underestimate me that much?" And literally punches the ground underneath her and breaks it to an extent that Naruto is actually affected. And Naruto is pretty far away from Tsunade, and Naruto's like, "Damn." And then basically he actually uses body flicker to actually go and kicks Tsunade in the face, and Tsunade is how dare you. And the next time, one more time Naruto tries to blitz her, and as soon as he does that, Tsunade actually sees an opening and punches him right in the gut, and Naruto actually goes flying, and basically Tsunade is that all you got. And she actually got Naruto's chakra point, the biggest chakra point Naruto has, just like Himawari hit him right in the middle of his stomach. That's where Naruto got hit, and he actually got punched out of his form, and he's like, "Damn, you're pretty strong, you know." And basically Tsunade is like, "I told you not to underestimate me." But then Naruto's like, "Don't underestimate me either." And as soon as he says this, Naruto then body flickers one more time, and he's behind her now. And as soon as now that he's behind her, sorry guys, he's behind her, and he kicks her in the head, and basically Tsunade goes flying. And yeah, after this, Naruto then says, "Are you ready to die?" And Tsunade actually saw fear in her eyes, and she was bleeding, but she wasn't gonna give up. She wasn't gonna lose to a brat like him. And so she's like, "Do you really think you can beat me like that?" And as soon as she says this, she's about to go into her 100 healings state. And of course, as soon as she was doing this, she was about to do it, but then Jiraiya actually came in and held Tsunade back. Literally put his hand on Tsunade's shoulder and says, "No, Tsunade, he's just a kid. You shouldn't go all out on him." And basically Tsunade is like, if he wasn't a kid, I'd have killed him by now. And basically Naruto's like, what was she gonna do? And Shizune actually goes to Naruto saying that, "Don't worry, Naruto, it's nothing important. You don't have to know this right now." And Naruto's like, "But what was she gonna do?" And basically Shizune is like, I'll tell you once we're back in the village." And of course now Tsunade was pretty happy that Naruto, she was kinda satisfied with this fight. And it's not that she likes fighting or anything. She actually got over her fear of blood right now. And now that Naruto asks, "Are you going to become the Hokage?" Tsunade is like, maybe I'll think about it. But of course she's actually willing to become Hokage, because she can see her lover and her younger brother in Naruto, and so she actually doesn't mind becoming the Hokage after seeing this. And basically before they actually all leave, they Tsunade asks what Naruto's dream is, and basically Naruto says, "I want to become the Hokage, just as great as the fourth, giving up his life." And basically, I was about to say giving up his life. So basically, Naruto wants to give up his life. No, basically, he wants to become as known as the fourth, and he wants to be accepted by everyone in the village. And Tsunade, and basically Naruto smiled, even though he was injured. Then basically, she definitely thought that Naruto was her younger brother, and so she actually decided to definitely become Hokage now. And so now that this has happened, Tsunade, of course, the next day she actually meets Orochimaru, because Orochimaru still went to her for his arms to be healed. And so of course now of course Orochimaru that gave his offer to Tsunade. Tsunade was skeptical about it, but she told Jiraiya, and Jiraiya now basically tells her not to go. You know how sneaky Orochimaru is. And basically then Tsunade still poisoned him, and she thought that this is the best chance of them killing him. But of course in the end she was getting annihilated by Kabuto. But of course Jiraiya, Naruto, and everyone come to save the day. But Naruto actually comes in his new form, something that he's been training up on his own, and he's using both. He's using a contrast again, lightning and water. Well, not a contrast. It's actually a well, something that amplifies itself. So basically, lightning and water release at the same time, and so he can well, it's a new cloak where it's a light blue and dark blue together, and basically on one side is like all for one full cowling, you know how that looks with the lightning around it, and well, all of it, but still, and and there are actually droplets of water just going up. You know how a Super Saiyan aura is, imagine that with water. And yeah, after this, Naruto, well, of course, who is actually pretty overpowered right now, literally kicks well, you know, Kabuto with his water side, and Kabuto gets blown back. But it wasn't just a normal kick with water, it actually wet all of his body, and yeah, then Naruto actually just let out all of his lightning, and Kabuto got electrocuted, and then goes towards Orochimaru and kicks him in the face, and literally is about to kill him. But Kabuto actually recovered from the you know, paralysis, and literally goes towards Naruto and cuts off one of his limbs. No, not literally cuts off his arm, he just you know, cuts a bit of Naruto, and you know how he done it in the original, how right before Naruto hit him, he still was able to hit Naruto. I think it was near the ribs or the stomach, and yeah, the same thing happened here. And so basically now Naruto is on the ground, and Orochimaru and Kabuto actually retreat. After this, Tsunade heals Naruto, and they all return to the village, and Tsunade becomes the next Hokage. Of course, here Sasuke is pretty jealous of Naruto being so strong, and especially after the thing that his brother told him, that he's not after him, he's after Naruto, no one else, and basically telling him that he's weaker than Naruto. He got pretty pissed at Naruto, and as soon as he healed, he's like, Naruto, fight me. And basically Naruto's like, I don't want to fight you. And basically he's like, why don't you want to fight me? Are you scared? And Naruto's like, no, I'm not scared. You're injured, Sasuke. I can't fight you. You just you're the one who just... Naruto's like, you just got out of the hospital. I can't fight you now. We can fight later once you're fully recovered. And Sasuke just drags him up you know, to the rooftop of the hospital. And now, of course, Naruto's like, god damn it, and they actually begin their fight. Of course, Naruto's trying to dodge most of the attacks because he doesn't really want to fight Sasuke in the first place, and especially because he's tired from his own fight against Kabuto and Orochimaru, and he just wants to rest on his rest himself too. But still, of course, Sasuke doesn't allow it, and he's like, Naruto, fight me or I'll kill you and whatever. And basically Sakura tried to stop it, but then she actually well, of course, Sasuke getting the Chidori out, and Naruto realizing that he can't really counter it with any technique of his own other than the Rasengan, and so he uses a Rasengan. And of course the Rasengan, they were about to clash, and Sakura was actually about to you know, stop them, but of course I'm sorry, Kakashi arrives and out of nowhere, and throws them both into the water tanks. And of course Sasuke sees that his one actually did a pretty big hole, but then once he's about to go, of course he sees Naruto's hole at the back, and he's like, god damn it. And of course now Naruto's like, what's wrong with Sasuke, man? And basically Kakashi's like, don't worry, I'll handle him, and I'll take care of this. And basically after this, Naruto, of course, is that okay. And yeah, now Kakashi still gives the same speech to Sasuke after you know, binding him, and I'm going to roll it in here now. Thank you to Words Beyond Fiction for this.
What's this all about? Sorry, but I knew you wouldn't want to sit still for a lecture, so I figured I had to pin you down. Let it go. You've got to forget about revenge. What? Believe me, in this work I've met a lot of guys who feel the way you do. Trust me, for those who follow the path of revenge, it never ends well. You'll only tear yourself apart, And even if you succeed and you get your revenge, what will you have then? Nothing. Emptiness.
Shut up! What makes you think you know anything about it? It's easy for you to talk. You have no idea!
Easy. Just try to calm down.
Maybe if I was to kill the most important people in your life, everyone who's ever meant anything, maybe then I'd listen to you. Because maybe then you'd have some idea how I feel.
It's an interesting theory, but I'm afraid you're a little late to put it to the test.
Anywho, after this, of course, Kakashi gives the speech to Sasuke, and Sasuke is pretty pissed off by his ways, and then the Sanfo actually come to Sasuke, and Sasuke actually decides that he will leave now, not at night, and he says, let's go now, I need to get stronger now, I can't wait anymore. And basically after this, of course, the Sanfo takes Sasuke, but Naruto, who was actually worried about Sasuke and actually went off to find him, couldn't find him anywhere around the village, and basically he asked if anyone saw him, and of course they got so worried that they actually went off to actually go and search if actually go and search for him even outside the village, because they didn't know if he left or not. And basically, of course, Naruto was actually body flickering around the village outside. He actually found Sasuke actually in a about to enter the barrel, and yes, Sasuke was actually entering the barrel outside the village. And I know this is a bit rushed by his ways, and basically, of course, he's alone, just saying. He actually asked where Sasuke is and if he can go search outside in case he's like pretty angry, and since he tells the guards that what happened, and basically the guards are like, alright, cool, just check quickly and come back. And Naruto's like, yeah, no problem, I'll be back in a second. And of course now Naruto, who of course saw Sasuke getting in the barrel, goes and attacks the Sanfo, and basically they're all like, who's this kid? And yeah, of course now Naruto has to fight Jirobo first, and yeah, after this of course Jirobo, who has to fight Naruto, and Naruto is a freaking strong opponent. He's not a weak shinobi. He's not as weak as the original, and just saying, he's much stronger than the original Naruto, and is what it is. Now Naruto and Jirobo actually begin their fight, and it's pretty one-sided at first. No, wait, all the way. Naruto's winning all the way, but Jirobo actually goes the Curse Mark 2, which actually he actually helps him land a few critical blows on Naruto, and Naruto spewing out blood. And yes, this is a bit graphic, I'm sorry. And yeah, Naruto spewing out blood, gets pretty pissed and uses his cloak as saying that it's all over. And as soon as he says this, Jirobo actually lost his head, and yeah, yes, Naruto decapitated Jirobo. And just saying, he was actually using his water release and lightning release, and he actually used a water blade. Yes, the water was actually so sharp, the water pressure was so sharp that the blade literally was able to decapitate Jirobo, like he was like Naruto was using some kind of freaking executioner's blade or some shit, some things like that, innit? You know what I mean? Anywho, now of course now that Naruto is finished with Jirobo, actually follows the Sanfo, and now after this Tayuya, I'm saying too many times, Tayuya actually comes, and basically, of course, Naruto and Tayuya begin their fight. Tayuya, at first, she had the upper hand because Naruto didn't know how to counter up her flute, and basically it was pretty confusing for Naruto at first, but then he realized that if he's able to create more noise than the flute, he's going to cancel out the noise, and so he actually goes and uses his lightning side to actually create a screeching noise, which actually cancels out the flute. And just saying, Tayuya actually went straight to Curse Mark 2, and then basically Naruto uses his strongest technique to actually his strongest technique, and he calls it, his strongest lightning technique, and he calls it lightning executioner. And basically, as soon as he says this, of course, Tayuya gets annihilated, and of course she's killed. And just saying, this technique is like a lightning spear, which comes from literally a cloud of lightning, which Naruto creates on his own. And yes, Naruto is able to create a cloud of lightning because he is a bit of plot armor here, but still, this is Naruto's strongest lightning technique, and he calls it the lightning executioner, like I said. And it is what it is. Tayuya got annihilated. Her body actually got incinerated because of the lightning actually being able to annihilate the hell out of it. And anywho, after this, now Naruto of course keeps going and has to fight Kidomaru. Of course, Kidomaru is going to be a much harder fight for Naruto because Kidomaru actually has good agility, unlike the other two. Well, the other two had good agility, but well, Kidomaru had the best one. No, Jirobe never really had good agility, but still, Kidomaru has the best agility out of the four, from what I know. Especially because he's a spider, guys. Like, my guy could be swinging around like he's some kind of Spider-Man or something, and that, you know, I mean, he is technically a Spider-Man, like. Literally a Spider-Man, but it is what it is. Now, of course, Naruto, who is having to fight Kidomaru, he's not in the best situation. In the best situation because he's injured from well, Tayuya and Jirobe. Anywho, of course, and plus Naruto's defenses were actually lowered by you know, Tayuya, and yes, I'm just gonna say Tayuya's flew actually lowered Naruto's defense, and so he's gonna take more damage. Anywho, Naruto then actually started fighting Curse Mark 2 Kidomaru, and Kidomaru was actually using all of his powers, and he actually got a strong blow on Naruto. He actually used his arrows and actually shot Naruto through the chest, and Naruto, losing blood and the chakra at the same time, got pretty pissed, and so he actually blitzed you know, Kidomaru with his fire and lightning this time, fire and lightning. And first he actually paralyzed Jirobe with the technique that he created on his own, the lightning style, lightning net. And then he actually well, the lightning net actually is a two-part technique, so it actually has two names. For at first is a lightning net, which Naruto creates around the the opponent by actually wrapping around thread around them. And yes, Naruto is using a thing, ninja thread, and then he actually uses this to add lightning to it, and then he actually tightens it, and then it's actually the lightning chains. And of course, these chains electrocute the opponent to an extent of paralyzation. Yes, big words. Anywho, then Naruto then says, "This is my strongest fire technique, and this is the one that will destroy you." And then says, "Fire style, infernal, infernal hell." And yes, basically, he incinerates, literally turns Kidomaru into ash, and then leaves his body back, even though it's literally ashes, and basically as soon as he hits the ground, it turns into dust. Anywho, now it's actually, you know, Sarkon and Ukon's turn, but they actually got pretty far. Just saying, they actually went full speed using the Curse Mark 2, and they went all out. And yeah, now they actually arrived to Kimimaro, and Kimimaru's like, "Alright, you guys keep going, and I shall take Sasuke to Orochimaru." And yes, so then Naruto, who actually, well, of course, he was about to fight, you know, Sarkon and Ukon. He actually was able to take them out pretty easily and pretty faster than well, usual. It would have took longer if Naruto didn't have the cloaks, but still, Naruto then went into his water and wind cloak, and literally created a Rasen Shuriken to actually annihilate one of them, and the other one actually got destroyed by Naruto's, you know, water blade, and he got cut in half. And then he actually turned into fire. Naruto turned literally into fire, and he really looked like a demon there, and incinerated the two halves. Anywho, now Naruto actually follows Kimimaru, but Kimimaru then sees Kabuto up ahead, and so he gives the Sasuke to Kabuto, and then goes off to Naruto and literally blitzes Naruto and kicks him in the chest, knees him in the chest, and Naruto goes flying backwards. And just saying, Naruto actually already got well, you know, impaled through the chest already, and he actually, well, went flying now, and he got kneed in the same spot that he got injured in. Naruto is really hurt right now, and literally he is struggling for air. And of course the guards of the, you know, the gate guards, they actually realized that Naruto's taken a bit too long to return, and so they actually issued a, well, a search party, and it was made out of Shikamaru, Choji, Kiba, and even Sakura joined, and of course Neji. And of course Lee wanted to join, but he wasn't healed yet. He was actually going through the operation, and well, he was about to go through the operation, and you know, Tsunade is worried, and she has to do the operation at the same time now. Anywho, now Naruto, who actually then stood up, even though he was really hurt, he stood back up and started fighting again. Of course, Kimimaru wasn't going to be easy, and Naruto's really low on chakra after all of this, and he's not even going to get Sasuke. He's nowhere near Sasuke. Kabuto took Sasuke, and look, he has to fight Kimimaru now. And yeah, after this, Naruto, well, of course, started fighting Kimimaru, who had a pretty strong ass Kekkei, and it's really not going to be easy for Naruto. Naruto's struggling right now, especially because of all the injuries he's got, and Kimimaru just impaling him even more in the, well, not just the chest area, the shoulder area, and also his joints. So Naruto really was in pain, but he kept striving on, and Ashura was telling Naruto to retreat. There's no point, and Naruto kept fighting for another few literally hours. Kimimaru was literally just toying with Naruto at this point, and Naruto's like, don't take me that lightly. And as soon as he says this, he actually was able to get a burst of power, and with this burst of power, he's actually you know, able to use his cloak for a second, and it was actually his fire cloak, which he actually used to you know, actually get a good hit on Kimimaru. And Kimimaru really wasn't expecting such strong well, technique from Naruto right there out of nowhere. And yeah, after this, Naruto actually was able to get another good blow into Kimimaru, because Kimimaru really wasn't expecting Naruto to be so strong out of nowhere, even after all the injuries he's got. And anywho, now Kimimaru really realizes that Naruto is a threat, and so he wants to take him out, and he goes all out and goes into his curse mark 1 state, and literally Naruto stands no chance, and he's about to kill Naruto, literally decapitate him with a bone sword, but out of nowhere he got stuck on the spot, and it was Shikamaru had to run all the way here. He was really tired and said, Naruto, you gotta pay me back for this one. And basically out of nowhere, he gets Kimimaru gets punched by a massive fist, and that was Choji, and then he got fang over fanged by, you know, Kiba, and then Neji came in with the 64 palms. Of course, then Naruto's like, thank you guys, and literally uses the last little bit of chakra he has to create a Rasengan and literally jump. Well, Kiba, well, he told Kiba to actually throw him, and Kiba's like, no, Naruto, and Naruto's like, do it now. And basically as soon as he says that, Kiba actually throws Naruto, and now Naruto is up in the air, and literally is going top speeds towards Kimimaru. And yes, Kimimaru is about to get Rasengan to the chest as well, and Naruto's like, this is for my chest, me chest. And as soon as he says this, Kimimaru gets a Rasengan to the chest. Of course, that the Rasengan wasn't that strong, but still a weakened Kimimaru right there, and a tired one as well. Remember, he's still ill, actually got pretty injured from that, and it is what it is. Kimimaru kind of got annihilated there, but of course Naruto, of course Kimimaru wasn't finished yet, but Neji actually said alright, if Naruto couldn't finish this, I'll have to. And as soon as he says this, he uses the 64 palms again, and then well, Kiba actually does a fang over fang again, and they're pretty much out of chakra right now, especially because Kimimaru, once he actually gets hit, he always creates little bones on his whatever he's about to get hit in, so to get hurt. But of course Choji came here to finish the job and punch him one more time towards Shikamaru, and Shikamaru used his shadow stitching jutsu to literally impale Kimimaru multiple times with the shadows to actually annihilate him, and that was the end of Kimimaru. And together, the power of friendship was able to prevail. Anywho, after this, Naruto got helped by Shikamaru, and Naruto was unconscious by now, and so they knew that Naruto had to they had to be fast to bring back Naruto, and so they were going all top speeds. But out of nowhere, out of nowhere, someone else appeared, and it was and just saying, Sakura really didn't play too much of a role. I completely forgot about her, and I'll say that Sakura was actually not fast enough. And basically, after this, Sakura actually she actually reached them, and I'll say that Sakura actually already started her training with Shizune. Literally, she asked Tsunade to train her, and Tsunade says, not right now, I'm busy with Lee. And basically, Tsunade said that she can train with Shizune for now, and Shizune actually taught her the basics to actually stop stop the bleeding. And so she actually stops all of Naruto's bleeding, even though some wounds she couldn't. She stopped the minor ones, which were actually losing just as much as blood as the major ones, especially because the amount of minor injuries Naruto has, he's losing way too much blood. So she stops them, and they are actually able to take back Naruto alive back to the village. But Naruto needs an operation. Naruto's operation wasn't going to be easy because Naruto has lost multiple tissues, multiple muscles, and he has lost a lot of bones too, and his ribs were broken. And of course, Tsunade finished the operation with Lee by now. Yes, Lee's operation was actually a bit earlier than usual, I know, but still, of course, Tsunade finished it because remember, it's Tsunade. She is a legendary Sanin and the best healer in the world currently, and so she actually starts the operation Naruto straight away because his one is much easier, but Naruto needed a lot of treatment. Of course, the next day, Jiraiya comes around and tells Naruto to move on from Sasuke, and Naruto's like, no. You don't know Sasuke. He's my friend. I'll never give up on Sasuke. And basically, as soon as he says this, Jiraiya then gives this speech. They have this conversation again. And thank you to Words Beyond Fiction for this. And I'll roll the clip now.
Forget about Sasuke. He's gone. Sasuke went to Orochimaru of his own free will. No matter what you do, you will not change.
But Sasuke is...
Trust me, you should just forget about bringing him back. It's the tragic path of self-righteous fools.
He may mean nothing to you, pervy sage, but Sasuke is my friend!
Can you honestly call him a friend? Just look at what he's done to you. He was destined to leave sooner or later. Don't blame yourself. Dismiss him from your mind and move on. To be a ninja, you need more than strength and jutsu. You must acquire the judgment to make the right decisions. If you want to live as a ninja, you must become smarter. This world is no place for a fool. That's the reality.
I understand. If being smarter means what you say it does, I'll remain a fool my entire life.
Anywho, after this, of course, Jiraiya tells Naruto about the Akatsuki being after him, and so he tells him about the 2-year training, and Naruto says, alright, I'll do it. And just saying, the ship is kind of happening. The ship will go just as normal. I'm not going to make it early or anything. Naruto will have to have the ship just like normal. I don't really want to focus too much on the ship on this wave. I just want to focus on what would actually happen if Naruto got trained by Ashura. Of course, Naruto decides to go on the 3-year training, of course, but they won't be training for 3 years. But still, Naruto goes there with Jiraiya for 2.5 years, and I'll cover the 2-year training. Of course, Naruto in the first 6 months he's actually learning how to control chakra better, because his chakra control was already good, but it wasn't top tier like it should be. And yes, for Naruto to become a top tier, you know, he needs to be top tier to become a Hokage. And so Naruto is going to train even harder here. And yeah, after this, now Naruto is a complete master over you know, his chakra control, and you could say it's actually just as good as Tsunade's and Sakura's. Of course, during this time, Sakura actually gets to train with both Kakashi, who trains her in taijutsu. Even Guy actually sometimes helps her, and also Lee helps her, and Tsunade and Shizune. So she gets a ton of training too, and she actually becomes a massive role. Well, she will play a massive role in this wife, but still, well, not really massive. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with her yet, but still. Anywho, now Naruto and Naruto and Jiraiya. Now that they finished the first 6 months, they actually the first 6 months were done, and now the next 6 months begin, and Naruto actually trains in creating new adding new chakra natures to Rasengans. And so the second one he was going to do was going to be the lightning release Rasengan. And Naruto actually learned that if you add lightning release to a Rasengan, it actually becomes a vanishing Rasengan, and he actually learns how to do that. And yeah, after this, Naruto actually having both two new Rasengans. And just saying, Jiraiya actually learned the Rasen Shuriken, and also he learned the Scorching Rasen Shuriken. And yes, so Naruto has the Scorching Rasen Shuriken too. So basically, all the Rasengans will pretty much be Scorching, and there will be no Earth-style Rasengan, because they couldn't really think up of a what the Earth-style Rasengan could do. But it is what it is. Now, Naruto, who has multiple Rasengans here, already is ready. He's well, of course, now remember how he was like in a bingo book. I'll say that he's actually been updated, because some people have seen Naruto around, and and Naruto actually had lots of sparring partners. Naruto sparred with a lot of ninjas, and he did a lot of missions for Jiraiya as well during this 3-year gap. And he actually got a reputation of the I'm not gonna say a name, because I don't want to really give off a cringe name, but still I can't think of a name for Naruto. But still, Naruto's rank got actually bumped up from I'm pretty sure it was DLC, but he got bumped up to A and A plus. Some people think of him as an S, and he has a lot of fans around the world too. Naruto's not a bad person. Remember, his ideals are the same here, just that Naruto has been training with Ashura as well. At night, Naruto actually goes into his mind to actually spar with Ashura's chakra, and Ashura can see Naruto's improvement. And Naruto, whenever he actually sees Ashura's true power, he gets bodied, but he's not as traumatized as he was when he was a kid. Naruto is just striving to get stronger, and of course, over time he will get just as strong as Ashura, maybe even stronger. Once he unlocks his power, Ashura will become, Ashura's power will become his. But Ashura actually showed Naruto how to use the Truth Seeker orbs, and Naruto can actually summon 3 of them right now. But of course, Naruto doesn't really do that too often, because he doesn't want to do it. It's too overpowered, and it is what it is. He'll only do it in dire situations. But anywho, after this, Naruto, who has been training for a year now, Jiraiya actually decides to help Naruto actually master a bit of his Tail Beast chakra. And of course, Naruto is stoked about this, because he never really used too much Tail Beast chakra in his life. And so for the rest of the time, which is a year and a half, Naruto actually learns how to control 3 tails. I know it's only 3 tails, and Naruto is much stronger than 3 tails, but it's because of because of the amount of resistance the Nine Tails actually gave, and plus because Naruto's seal wasn't weakened at any moment, because Naruto never really had to resort to that kind of power. But still, it was harder for not only for the Nine Tails to take control, but also for Naruto to take chakra from the Nine Tails, and the Nine Tails wouldn't give it without a fight. So Naruto would always have to either force the Nine Tails to give him chakra, or just not have any Nine Tails chakra. And it is what it is now. Naruto after this after this training, actually returns to the village, and of course he missed everyone. He missed Sakura too, and it's not going to be a Sakura ship because I'm going to get flamed if I do that. I mean, I don't really care about the flames, but really I don't want to disappoint you all. You guys want some people, a lot of people have asked for the old Hinata ship to occur, and of course the reunion between the Rookie 9 is pretty much the same, just like in the original. And anywho, after this, Naruto, who of course I'm just saying Konohamaru is still here. I completely forgot about Konohamaru. Konohamaru is still trained, and I know he's pretty relevant, but in Boruto I really like him, literally. And I'll say that Konohamaru actually graduated from the academy early, and he's just been doing missions with random teams, but he still has those two friends of his, and he helps them train too, and it is what it is. Now, anywho, I'm just saying, Naruto actually taught Konohamaru how to use the Rasengan and the, 3 steps. But of course, Konohamaru hasn't mastered the Rasengan yet. But it is what it is. Now, of course, Naruto and Sakura go through the bell test again. And then, of course, it was pretty easy for both of them to pass. Even alone, they could have pretty much done it. Not really. Alone they wouldn't have done it, especially because Sakura wouldn't have. Naruto probably would have, because Naruto is a lot stronger than Sakura. Like, that is given from the very beginning. Like, there's no way Sakura can beat Naruto in a fight. I don't believe it. Anywho, now, of course, after this, Naruto and Sakura passed, and the next day, of course, they found out about the news of Gaara getting captured. Here, Naruto wasted no time and said, okay, it's Team 7, right? Well, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm not going to let any one of my comrades get taken away ever again. And basically after this, Naruto goes off on his own, and of course Jiraiya actually allows it, because Jiraiya knows that Naruto is actually an S rank shinobi right now. Like, not many people can actually stand up to him, and I know basically Jiraiya, well, they know it's the Akatsuki, but of course they know that Naruto can handle himself, and so they actually allow it. And plus he's going to get reached by his two teammates, Kakashi and Sakura. Anywho, after this, after they actually arrive, well, of course Naruto arrives a day earlier than the other two, because he's going top speeds, and of course the other two come a day later. Still, it's pretty it's really what is that word? Let me quickly check. Sorry guys. Impactful. The story will this will have a pretty big impact to the story, especially because Naruto arrived to the Sand Village early, and basically told him which way, and basically Naruto told them that in a day Kankuro will be the other two and the healer will arrive. Naruto just came early because he wants to save Gaara, and a lot of, they weren't too fast about it because they want their Kazekage to survive and everything. And so Naruto actually goes off, of course, as usual. Not as usual. Naruto goes on his own to actually go and find Gaara. And yeah, now that Naruto knows which way the Akatsuki went, now sorry, he actually follows the Akatsuki's movements, and he can't find them straight away, but still he's close to finding Gaara, especially because he's a sensory type ninja, and he actually thanks to Ashura actually helping Naruto out in increasing his sensory abilities. He's actually much better at sensing, and he's actually sensing Gaara's chakra, and he can feel it depleting, so he goes top speeds and literally breaks through the cave. And Naruto then looks at Deidara and Sasori. He gives them a death stare, and then after this the fight begins. Here, of course, Gaara will be in the crossfire, but Naruto won't allow Gaara to get hurt. After this, basically Naruto makes 10 shadow clones, and they all attack Sasori and Deidara, and they're pretty freaking strong shadow clones. And so Naruto takes this opportunity to actually blitz past them and take Gaara and take him outside. And just saying, that's just a clone. The real Naruto is actually in there, and basically they try to actually rush after Naruto by destroying most of the clones, but then they realized that one was remaining, and they were about to destroy him, but Naruto gets punched in the face by Deidara, and then says, "Is that all?" And then does the same thing Goku did against Frieza. You know how he punched, you know how Frieza punched Goku, and Goku's like, is that all? Literally by looking at him, even though he got punched in the face, is that all you can do, bro? And yeah, he does the same thing, and they realize that this is the real Naruto, and then basically Naruto creates a wall around them, a wall of fire. I could make it different. Oh, I'll say a wall of lightning. Yes, lightning's looks a lot better than fire, to be honest. Anywho, Naruto creates that might be controversial. You guys might like fire better than lightning. Freedom of speech, guys, freedom of speech. Now, anywho, Naruto blocks them in, and then basically the true fight begins. Of course, they're not gonna hold anything back, and so Sasori actually tries to stab Naruto with, you know, with his tail and with the puppets he has, but Naruto destroys them, and so now Sasori actually is out of his shell, and he's fighting Naruto with his true power, and Deidara is actually helping out Sasori with actually creating multiple explosions around Naruto, and of course injuring Naruto. No, well, slightly injuring Naruto in the process, but still it really doesn't affect Naruto to an extent of Naruto actually starting to lose the fight. There's no way. Those explosions are too weak for Naruto to actually start losing the fight. And anywho, now after this Naruto who Naruto who of course got quite hurt by one of the explosions, especially because he hit his arm right before he was about to punch Deidara, and then out of nowhere Sasori actually stabs Naruto with a sword. Oh well, you know, with one of his puppet swords. He actually stabs Naruto in the arm, and Naruto's got poisoned, and that one hurt Naruto, and so he actually roundhouse kicked Deidara after destroying the, you know, puppet, and after this Naruto then Rasengan what's his name, Deidara kind of got annihilated, but he wasn't dead yet. He was actually playing dead, but still after this Naruto went after, you know, Sasori wasn't going to be easy for Naruto, especially because he got out his 100 puppets, and that was going to be pretty freaking hard. Anywho, now now Naruto actually punched one of the clones and destroyed in one punch, and he's like, they're not really durable. But then Sasori, not only did he get his 100 clones out, but he got his third Kazakage clone, and Naruto realized that this was going to be hard. And then out of nowhere, Naruto, who thought that it was a one-on-one fight, well, Naruto thought it was a one-on-one fight, and so he actually got rid of the, you know, barrier, because he was actually draining his chakra, well, you know, the wall of lightning. And so basically Deidara took this opportunity to actually fly away towards Naruto's clone, who was actually going to the sand village with Gaara's body. I'm just saying Gaara's not dead, because only only half of the Shukaku got actually you know, sealed away, and so half of it is still remaining in Gaara, and he's not dead. Anywho, after this Naruto actually realized that Naruto actually realized that Deidara is going to get Gaara, and so he actually takes care of Sasori real fast, but not holding anything back, and actually going into his cloak form, and just looks at of course Sasori looks at what's his name Naruto with fear in his eyes, and realizes that he's dead, he's going to get annihilated, and basically Naruto says Naruto says, are you ready to die? And Sasori is like, if I'm going to die, let me give you this information. Here, it's in the paper. And basically gives Naruto actually takes the paper, and just saying Naruto is actually currently Naruto is using his water cloak, half of the water cloak and half of the lightning cloak. So, and the water actually neutralizing the poison, and basically he thought that it was poisonous, but realized there is no poison, and basically actually saw where he's going to meet Orochimaru, and so he thanks Sasori and says, you are a worthy opponent. And after this Naruto actually kills Sasori, and now after this happened, Naruto then actually went after Deidara, and Deidara saw Naruto coming at him at full speed, and just saying Naruto is actually using he's not using the cloak anymore, he's actually using just lightning release. He's using a lightning release, he's using the full cowling, that's what I meant, sorry guys, he's using full cowling basically, not full cowling, the Raikage's cloak, the best description I can give it. yeah, so Naruto's using a cloak like the Raikage's lightning cloak, and after this Naruto actually blitzes Deidara, and Deidara realizes that Naruto's too strong, so he just retreats. And yeah, of course Naruto says, huh, scared, and returns to the sand village with Gaara's body, and well, no, Gaara actually unconscious, and Naruto can feel that Gaara's tail beast chakra is actually much weaker than what it was last time, and realize that they must have took at least half of the one tails. And basically Naruto tells Gaara, and basically Gaara's like, oh, that's why I don't hear it screaming as much. And Naruto's like, yeah, I wonder why. I'm not sure why, but just saying, they actually took the yang side and the yin side actually remained, and that's plot armor. So you know, Garo might actually be able to, you know, master his tail beast and get a pretty big power boost. Anywho, now after this, Naruto, of course, well, they heal Conqueror, and Naruto stays there for a day or so because of Gaara's request, and Naruto says, yeah, why not, sure, no problem. And after this, Naruto actually stays for like a day, and now after this they have to actually leave, and yeah, Naruto and Team 7 actually leave now, and yeah, after this after this happened, Naruto, who actually told Kakashi and Sakura about you know, the meeting with Orochimaru, now that they all know about Orochimaru's meeting with Sasori, and how Sasori had a spy in Orochimaru's you know, in Orochimaru's you know, hideouts and everything. And basically after this, Naruto actually told them, and yeah, they get ready to actually go and find Sasuke. Sorry, I repeated that a lot of times, my bad. Sorry, I hope you'll forgive me. Anywho, of course, there were like 2 weeks before this, and so they actually trained during these 2 weeks, and even Yamato and Sai actually joined their team. So there were at least 5 people there, and so after this, they actually go to you know, the bridge, and Naruto sees you know, Orochimaru, and he gets pretty pissed about Orochimaru taking Sasuke. And after this, Naruto actually lets the Nine Tails take control, and the Nine Tails actually takes control of Naruto. He actually takes advantage of Naruto's rage, and so Naruto is actually in his you know, Three Tails form, but he cannot control it for some reason. After this, Naruto is actually gone in full rampage, and he's actually in his full tail state, and he's using, you know, the tail beast and tail beast bomb and everything. And yeah, after this fight, Sai still follows you know, Orochimaru, and that's where I'm gonna end off. I hope you'll enjoy this part, and yes, this was part 2. Next part will be the finale. I will cover the whole of Naruto, and yeah, anywho, hope you'll enjoy it. This was the King of Weaves here, and also subscribe to Kazama, subscribe to my second channel, and also subscribe to Ratreet and Minimum123, and don't forget to follow Shulker on Instagram, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and join my Discord server. All the links are in the description below. And also, if you want to get some good quality anime merch, you can go get it from Beautiful Halo. They sell really good quality anime merch. And also, you can get 5% off on your next $49 plus order if you use code MEME, and 10% off if you use code MEME again on your $99 plus order. Only 10% off if it's $99 plus. Anywho, hope you'll enjoy it. Please take care, stay safe, and my ducklings, are dismissed, and peace.